Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It, the show where we play every roguelike in history. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpier.
I hate you.
And Monkey Sr.
Hello.
We're here for our third week of Enter the Gungeon. How's everyone's experience in the Gungeon going so far?
It's been frustrating. Like last week, I was talking about how every death, this has been the first game in a long while where every death I would get super frustrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like that has led me to not playing that much because
Sure.
I would be playing and I die like a few times and I'm like I can't keep playing this.
Like I'm good. I've had enough.
Yeah. Because there would often be times where I'd go through it and I get to the wall boss and he's just constantly the death of me, man.
Mm-hmm.
Him and the four towers, the Legend of Zelda boss, whatever he is, that Boston seems to love so much.
I'm surprised you guys aren't complaining about the absolute worst boss in this game, which is Amokonda.
Yeah, Amokonda's bad, but
Amokonda
usually shows up early enough to the point where you're just like, cool, I can handle this.
Okay. Amokonda is just every other boss I can handle and every boss I can do flawlessly, not Amokonda. He's a real
because at that
jerk.
point, Amokonda, he's like what, floor 2, floor 3, and you've got 2 shields, full health.
Mm-hmm.
And you take a couple of hits and you beat him and everything, but that's fine. But then you get to like the stupid wall or the 4 towers, and it's just like, oh, you've got 4 hearts, now you have 0, have fun with that.
Yep. Yeah. I have a soft spot for the kill pillars, mostly because of Zelda.
Yes, of course you do. I hate him so much.
Oh, don't worry. Me being a Zelda fan is preventing me from finishing one of the pasts of one of the secret characters because it is impossibly difficult.
Great, thanks for that.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. That is a ways off from where you are.
I'm sorry. Is there achievement related to this?
I don't know. I bet there is.
Find out right now, because if there is, I'm gonna fly to your location and slap you while wearing a mask, and then fly back,
and then we can both finish it.
And then I can. The amount of hours I put into Isaac to get those last base level achievements, because they counted the DLC included by the time I got them.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I may kill you, Boston. I'm just saying.
I would understand.
Monkey is right. This game is frustrating, and it's frustrating on so many levels because let's just start with the difficulty spike between floor 4 and then to 5 and then to 6.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from there's a few bullets on the screen, and every now and again you get an enemy who does a fair few, like the spiders are your first introduction into that, and then you get to the forge.
Yes.
And everything is spitting hot fire in you, like the dude with the minigun from Predator when he's just tearing down the forest.
Yeah.
It gets so ridiculous so quickly. And of course, it's the later floors, so you've got to go through all the BS of the earlier floors in order to get back to those floors so you can try and practice on those people.
Yep.
Which then you just die dead quick because it's such a huge jump.
And if you take the shortcut guy will offer you like one gun that isn't really that great to go into that floor that you're unprepared for.
Mm-hmm. I know that now because I unlocked the shortcut to the second floor, which can we talk about how ridiculous that is? Just for the one level, let alone getting even further than that?
Mm-hmm. The very last shortcut is legitimately ridiculous.
So yeah, I put a lot of time into this week, a lot. And at one point, I hit the forge, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it, but I had I'm guessing 4 of the 5 components for making the bullet that kills the past.
Correct.
Because I had them all in one run.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got the balloon gun, which lets you fly, which meant I got the 2 components that were over the chasms. Now I know what's over there. Great.
Yep.
I got the think it was the gunpowder, maybe.
I think so.
And I had the primer from the store because it took me a while to figure out what that thing did.
Right.
And then I got to the forge and got killed within 2 rooms.
So the very last one you're looking for, because the game, you probably will not discover this naturally. Once you kill the high dragon, destroy his skull that he drops.
I don't know who the high dragon is.
You will. Don't worry. That's the boss that is preventing you from finishing the game.
Okay. So destroy the skull.
Yeah.
Is it the forge boss, or is there a further level after?
No,
that?
that's the forge boss. There are further bosses, but you won't have to worry about that right now.
Because I need to do everything is terrible first.
No, I think you have to beat your first past, and then I think you can go further down, if I remember.
Okay, now question. Do I need to assemble the bullet for every single character, or just once?
Just once, and then once you assemble it, the woman who is building that gun in the forge will have it sitting next to her. You have to pick it up to then go do that character's past. So you don't have to put all the pieces back together, but you will have to go pick it up from her before you can go do anybody's past.
Okay.
So most times, most people will get to the little end section after you beat the high dragon and go, cool, I'm about to, nope, I forgot the bullet. Great.
Oh. Yeah. So I've had some really strong runs in this game this week, like some super strong runs with some super good weapons. And then, like I said, it just becomes super bullet hell in those levels, and I just can't dodge, and I just can't pay attention enough, or whatever happens, and I just die.
Yeah.
Because that's what this game does. Oh, I did get the golden gun this week for the first time, though.
Nice.
Best part is I also had the holster.
Oh, hello.
So, Monkey, because you don't know everything from everything that like somebody else does, the holster fires your gun again when you reload.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I think I've had that
and
once, yeah.
And it doesn't cost ammo to do so.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool.
For literally, I went into like several bosses and then was immediately just like, oh, there's 2 golden gun bullets and 2 golden gun bullets
Pew,
and 2
pew.
golden gun bullets.
Yep. It's really good.
Also, I've got like 7 shopkeepers. Why is there so many shopkeepers?
There's so many.
Yeah.
Like,
one of the
who have you
weirdest
got,
part about
Monkey,
this
on your
game.
home screen, like in the whatever it's called,
The
the
breach.
breach.
Yep.
Breach. I have the king, the requisitions, obviously, what else do I have?
The orc guy.
The hunters.
Yeah, the hunters.
The elevator. Whenever I get him, the helmet guy that you have to kick his helmet.
The Space Marine helmet guy, yeah. He got mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
There's a ton of people.
Okay, so you've got these people, so you obviously know about the main shop. There's also the traveling salesman dude who talks to you like a street vendor in New York City, where he's just like, yo, come and look at my wares.
Oh, is that the orc guy?
Nope, he's there too. He's a different vendor,
right?
Who's on the left side. Yeah. Then there's the guy I'm talking about sits at the bottom of the steps on the right.
Oh, right. Not the jellyfish that doesn't speak English.
I've got the weird yellow alien thing up at the top of the steps, which is another store that I can spend that stupid currency in.
How many people do you have when you're looking at the entrance to the Gungeon? The shop is on the left. The other room is on the right. How many people do you have sitting in there?
I don't even know what that room is. It's still blocked.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's fun. If you want to do... How do I explain this? If you want to do modifiers for your run, there's like 3 or 4 people in there that will let you do special modifiers for a run. So those ones are a lot of fun.
They're probably a lot of fun, but what have you got to do to unlock them is the question.
Most of that stuff will start showing up in the Gungeon once you beat your first past.
You say that, but
I
I've also
guess.
bumped into the first aid people.
Oh, they're great.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Who just literally bottle you.
Yeah, they
So-
just break a fairy bottle over you. It's really good.
Yeah, which is dumb. I now have Zelda in the dungeon.
Yep.
Oh, correction.
Yeah.
I have Link in the dungeon, I should say.
Right. The map guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good.
I've done a couple of the King's challenges. I hate them so much. Which
I don't mind most of them. The one I hate was where you can't dodge roll, and I'm just like, oh, I need to. Let me leave.
Have you run into any of his challenges, by the way, Monkey?
Yeah, I've done the just you can only use that gun, which is fine.
Yeah. I hate him so much. Let's see. I'm getting better at identifying secret rooms. Payday items have now started appearing in the dungeon for me, which is hilarious because they're priced at 9,999.
I keep forgetting that those are in there. They came in like a really weird one-off patch, and I always forget them until I see the price, and it's like, right, you're supposed to steal them because of course you do, because they're payday items. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep, which I taught myself how to steal this week.
Yeah, what did you use to steal?
The bell and the horn.
Yep. The horn
That's
is probably my
all
favorite way of doing it. It's the safest.
I may or may not. I don't know what. I'm assuming that like I've been badmouthed or cursed or something whenever I get that purple symbol above my head, which you get from the jars, and you get from stealing, and you get it from the black chests.
I forgot what the name of that was until you just said it. It is the Curse of the Jammed, which is so the higher there's some benefits to being cursed, of which I never remember because I try not to. But the downside of benefits is you'll start running into jammed enemies, which are the red ones that do like crazy damage. Friendly piece of advice: bosses can be jammed too, which is an unholy nightmare. Also, once you unlock the spice from Dune, be warned that ingesting the spice makes
I already know.
It makes it show up more often. And
I found it and I started eating it, and it just suddenly overtook everything.
Yeah, it makes you very strong in very few doses, and then very quickly makes you terrible.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I saw it and was like, well, it's a reference to Dune. I have to eat it.
Yeah.
It's, I have to see if it makes my character's eyes color blue. It doesn't. Thanks, game, for ruining that reference.
It might, once you get to, I think the optimal one is like 4 stacks.
Okay. Well, I started doing that, and then I had a shop, and the entire shop was just full of spice. And I was like,
you got breakfasted.
I've clearly done something to ruin this for myself.
Yeah. Spices. It's really good. I love this game. I love this game so much.
Like there's also so many guns that I don't even know which ones to talk about. Like the science cannon is hilarious.
Yeah.
And kind of overpowered.
Yep.
Proton pack, same.
Yep.
I used to use the big shooty gun for bosses, but now I just use it to clear out rooms because I'd rather have something that fires faster for bosses. Does less damage but fires faster.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
What else was there? All of the number one, there is no synergy page in the Ammonomicon, which is annoying.
It's like a large oversight. It feels like one of those things. The developers were really honest about the troubled development that Gungeon went through, and it apparently required a ton of surgery just to get to the point where we're at now. And they're like, look, we can't mess with it anymore because the game keeps breaking when we touch it. So, like, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's understandable because it does seem like it's very much an Isaac where it's just like a lot piled on top of a lot piled on top of too much kind of thing.
Yep.
It's like the stone things you have to do in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where it's just like, how are you going to balance this thing on the top of that thing you've created?
Yep.
Like, it makes a lot of sense, but like when I get a synergy and it just highlights two guns, unless it's blatantly obvious, I have no idea what's going on. Like, spoiler alert, when you get the Tommy gun and the laser sight, it's more accurate. Like, duh. Like,
yeah, and it's like, okay, that's not really a synergy. Like, that's just what the item does.
Mm-hmm. Whereas then you get the camera and the laser ray, or the flash ray or whatever it is, and you're just like, well, I don't know what this synergy does. Turns out when you reload the flash ray when it's empty, it flashes like the camera does. Great. Right. That's helpful to know because you can notice it. The Mac 10 and the machine pistol, he dual wields them. That's great. Shoots through boxes like absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And then you just get someone who's like, well, I don't know what this lead bullet does with this revolver. It makes no sense.
Yeah. It's like some of those are like synergies where it's like, oh, it makes your bullets do like 5% more damage. It's like, okay, thanks. That don't even like you didn't even need to worry about that being a synergy. It's not worth it.
Yeah. And it's like it always makes me want to check. Like anytime I get that blue arrow, I'm just like, I'm gonna highlight this item and see what it synergizes with and see if I can figure it out.
Yep.
There's been a couple of times when it's like the first time I pick up the gun and there's a synergy and I'm like, great, I don't know what to change because I don't know the firing on this gun. It's like,
oh man. Yeah.
It's a weird game.
It's funny.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it plays well. That's the thing that's keeping me in it right now. Is that actually it controls pretty solid. Like it's not a case of like squishy controls or anything like that. It's just that difficulty jump as soon as you get to like zone 4 and 5, where it's just like, oh hey, the room is full of orange. Good luck with that.
Yeah, and I feel like the difficulty curve between 4 and 5 should be smoother, especially because there are more floors after 5, but that jump, even now for like however many hundreds of hours I've played this game, it's still like, all right, we're down in the forge, like you got to take this floor seriously. Like this is where it really ramps up. Yeah.
I don't know. I like it and I don't like it at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that we're 3 weeks in. Monkey hasn't beat it yet, which I already know. And you're sitting there saying, oh yeah, you just got to kill your first pass. It's like, okay.
Oh, it's not easy, that's for sure.
I won't be a second.
Yeah. All right, any final thoughts here for week 3?
It's a fun game.
I've said my piece.
That's it.
All right, well, that's it for this episode, and we'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.